Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Promil Diwan. I'm discussing a topic relating to laws related to protection of made in this. There are still many challenges of women in India. There have been many persons in India's efforts to policies there has a significant increase in the number of women participating in the workplace, and women have achieved position in various fields, including politics, business, and entertainment. But despite these achievements, women in India still face significant challenges. Gender discrimination, violence against women, unequal pay, continue to be a major issue. Female foeticide, infanticide, particularly in rural areas, remain a significant concern. Women's safety and security are also a significant issue, which many incidents of sexual harassment and assault reported each year. So, women in India have been granted various legal rights over the years to promote gender equality and protect their interests. There are some of the most important constitutional rights that women in India have currently, like right to equality, that is Article 14. The Indian Constitution guaranteed the right to equality to all the citizens, regardless of their genders. Then right to education, that right of children to free and compulsory education, make the Act in 2009 makes it mandatory for all the children, including girls between the age of 6 to 14, to receive education and right to work, etc. Right to work in a humane condition, that is Article 42. Fundamental duties, Article 51A. Reservation of seats for women in panchayat and municipalities, it's Article 243D and T, etc. Then, when it comes to legislative framework, we have several legislative provisions also for the created by our legislature for the protection of women, like Equal Remuneration Act ensures that men and women receive equal pay for the same work. Right against sexual harassment, the sexual harassment at women at workplace provides a framework for addressing complaints of sexual harassment at a workplace. Right to property, Hindu Succession Act was amended in 2005 to give equal inheritance right to daughter in Hindu family. Then right to marriage and divorce, the Hindu Marriage Act gives women the right to seek divorce on various grounds, including cruelty and adultery. Right to health, Maternity Benefit Act provides women with paid maternity leave and other benefits during the pregnancy and childbirth. Right against domestic violence, the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act provides the legal protection to women from physical, emotional, and verbal abuse by their spouse or the relatives. So overall, while women in India have a long way in terms of legal rights, there is still a lot of work to be done to ensure full gender equality and protection from the discrimination and violence. Beside these various other statutes are also made for the protection of a women, for combating the crime which have been committed against a women, as a in Indian Penal Code 1860, Immoral Trafficking Act, the Dowry Prohibition Act, Indecent Representation Act, Commission of a Sati Act, that is protection for women with domestic violence, prohibition of child marriage, Equal Divorce Act, Indian Divorce Act, National Commission for Women Act, and Medical Termination Pregnancy Act, etc. And when it comes to protection under the criminal law, then we have provisions relating to acid attack, rape, even a sexual intercourse by a husband upon his wife during the separation, sexual intercourse by a person in authority, gang rape, attempt to commit a rape, kidnapping and abduction for different purposes, kidnapping, abduction, or inducing a woman to compel her marriage, etc., procuration of a minor girls, impart, then importation of a girls from foreign countries, habitual dealing in slaves, selling minor for the purposes of prostitution, buying minor for purpose of prostitution, murder, abetment of suicide, cruelty by the husband or his relative, dowry death, outraging the modesty of a woman, sexual harassment, even the assault on a woman with intent to disrobe a woman, voyeurism, stalking, importation of a woman, word, gesture, act intended to insult the modesty of a woman, honor killing, etc. We have several provisions or several legislative provisions as well as constitutional provisions made for the betterment of a woman by our constitution founder as well as our legislature. The next comes the role of a judiciary for establishing the concept of gender equality in practical sense. So the verdict in these 8 cases, which I have chosen for the lecture, which were fought to provide justice to one woman, continue to bring hope to several women facing circumstances that undermines their dignity as their fundamental right to equality. Firstly, like the Vishakha's case, that is state of Rajasthan. In this case, the Banwari Devi, a social worker from Rajasthan, was brutally gang raped by a 5 men for preventing a child marriage. So, determined to seek the justice, she decided to go to the court. In a shocking decision, the trial court acquitted all the 5 accused. So, Vishakha, a group for a women education and research, he took up the cause of a Bhavri Devi and joined forces with the 4 other women organizations and filed a petition before the Supreme Court of India on the issue of sexual harassment at workplace. And by this case, the Act Sexual Harassment of Workplace has given to me. Next is Mary Roy versus State of Kerala. Now, women from the Syrian Christianity community in Kerala were prevented from inheriting property due to patriarchal tradition. So, this decree was challenged by a Mary Roy, a women rights activist and an educator. After the demise of her father, she filed a case against her elder brother when she was denied equal share in the family's inheritance. So, though the plea was rejected by the lower court, but the Kerala High Court overruled the previous judgment. And in 1986, the Supreme Court delivered a landmark judgment that granted Christian women, that is the Syrian Christian women, the right to seek an equal share in their father's property. And the next landmark case is Lata Singh versus State of Uttar Pradesh.